flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And we're gonna talk about how each Zodiac sign deal with motherfucking breakups. Cause we all been through a motherfucking breakup. So don't sit there with your motherfucking face all pooped up like, not me, I do all the breaking up. I do all... Motherfucker, you been broke up with first, goddammit. Yeah, so we gonna talk about that goddamn shit, motherfucker. But on the flip side, we also gonna break down how you know when someone is over you also. You see what I'm saying? So we always got to have a yin and a yang to everything. So we just can't just break down how every sign, the emotions and shit that they go through once they get broken up with. Once a motherfucker, somebody else cut your ass off and a little bit of emotional distress you may be in a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Now, I can't just break that down without breaking down also how this person can realize that you are over them. So if the person that broke up with you are actually watching this video right now, this how they can get out of their own ego. You know how you've been in certain relationships where you could just feel it because you've been around that person so long, so you could just feel it that they're around somebody else talking like you actually still want them. You know what I'm saying? So if you watching this, if you a person who broke up with somebody and you got that kind of ego right now, you gonna get a motherfucking news flash and you gonna get put on Front Streak and realize that no, this motherfucker is over you. So this for both spectrums. You see what I'm saying? So let's break this motherfucking shit down. So let's start off with the actual breakup. Now, let's start off with Aries. How Aries deals with breakups. This is how Aries deal with a motherfucking breakup. They will try to show you. So there's something to show. Some type of showmanship, showgirl shit. So for the most part, what does this mean? When a motherfucking Aries get broke up with and they're not actually over that person, they're going to try to show that person everything that they think wasn't seen during the relationship, aka the actual reasoning that the Aries may come up of why the relationship went bad or sour. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, the Aries would try to do things or show this person the shit that they think that this person was thinking the Aries was lacking. You know what I'm saying? So Aries had come into some type of hero, heroine type man and woman. You know what I'm saying? Try to show the person that just broke up with them, you know what I'm saying, the shit that they think wasn't seen. And a lot of times, Aries be still wrong at that point. But that's how you know. But so if you were a person who broke up with an Aries, this is how you know an Aries is still dealing with the breakup in a kind of bad way. Because they're still trying to show you shit. They're trying to make you pay attention to certain things. Even if the reason that y'all broke up was a reason that the Aries know was the issue, they're going to try to actually do it now. Like, all right, let's do it now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was doing or whatever like that, but now let's get... So that's how Aries deal with a motherfucking breakup. So, if you cut off an Aries a little too early, and you don't know this person is an Aries, but you got this person calling you now because one of the reasons that y'all broke up is because this person never called you. So now this person calling you now. If this person was doing certain things at first, and this is one of the reasons that y'all broke up because they stopped doing it. Now they doing that now. You know what I'm saying? And they doing it 10 times better than they could ever do it before. But see, if they with somebody that this may be too late, you know what I'm saying? It may be too late. But this is how you know that you was just in a relationship with an Aries. Now, this is how Tauruses deal with breakups, right? They try to create a foundation with you. So if you break up with a Taurus, they're going to try to create something with you. Something that y'all both can do. You know what I'm saying? Or something that's like create a foundation. Something that you a part of. Whatever that they're doing, you're constantly a part of it. You see what I'm saying? So this is how a Taurus deal with a breakup. So if you break up with a Taurus, but then you got somebody and you don't know this person is a Taurus, and you got them texting you or calling you trying to set up a date or something like that, or not even a date. Like, they may just call you like you ain't just break up with them. They might just call you and be like, well, you know, I just got 2 tickets to the game and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I got 1 ticket for you. You already know I got the ticket for you and shit like that. Shit, we going to the game on the 19th and shit like that. So, you know, just make sure you're ready and shit like that. Like the conversation, and you'll be thinking in your head, like, motherfucker, did I just break up with your goddamn ass? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, that's how you know. That's how Tauruses deal with breakups. You know what I'm saying? They still try to create something with you. You know what I'm saying? Still try to make you a part of something that what they're doing. Whatever fixated thing that they doing. You know what I'm saying? or something that they're fixated on at the moment. So keep that in mind. So, you know, if you're a Taurus right now, somebody just broke up with you and shit like that, you may be in a situation like, damn, so what can I set up and how can I win this person back? You know what I'm saying? You may do something like, you know, try to buy this person something and shit like that. And try not to go too far into those energies. Now, this is how you know a motherfucking Gemini. This is how Geminis deals with breakups, right? They try to talk. So this is how Geminis deal with breakups. So if you just broke up with a Gemini, and you got somebody who's constantly texting you or constantly trying to create conversations, even if the conversation ain't even got nothing to do with the relationship. The conversation may just be trying to, you feel like a sense of a person trying to spark a conversation with you or things of that nature. That's how Geminis deal with breakups. You know what I'm saying? They try talking. Everything is dealing with communication and conversating. Even to the point that we gonna have to conversate to even reach an end point. If this going to be the breakup, is we really broke up? Let's talk about it. You see what I'm saying? It's always on that talking energy. So you see what I'm saying? For the most part, this is how Geminis deals with breakups. Now, this is how Cancers deal with breakups. Cancers deal with breakups. They try to reconnect. So say you just broke up with a Cancer, right? And you got somebody who's like, necessarily, it may not even always deal with talking, right? This person may just pop up with your brother or sister one day. You know what I'm saying? Or this person may just be with your mom or dad one day and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that your ass then moved on into another relationship. But see, when you're dealing with a Cancer, y'all going to end up getting so close to the point that y'all end up knowing each other family in some way, shape, or form. So this Cancer that you just broke up with is going to know how to have a relationship with your family members or your friends outside of you. If you get what I'm saying. So if a Cancer is still not over you and they're just dealing with the breakup, they're going to try reconnecting. They're going to try doing shit that and bringing up old shit that sparked y'all connection in the first place. That got y'all together in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And if they don't see you resonating with that, don't really show no Cancer that. But for the most part, act like you agree, so they can be calm, cool, and collected, and feel comfortable. You don't want to make a Cancer uncomfortable. It might kill your ass. But for the most part, you just need to understand that, you know, they try reconnecting. So reconnecting is like all shapes and forms and things. You might be around them and they may play a song, knowing that that's the song that y'all used to fuck to all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to reconnect in some kind of way, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's how Cancers deal with breakups when they not over you yet. Now, motherfucking Leo. This is how motherfucking Leos deal with breakups. A Leo will try to embarrass you to match, because they like balance too, like Libras, Leos, liars, lazy motherfuckers. But I fucks with y'all though. But for the most part, see, when it comes to Leo, right, when you break up with them, that's a form of embarrassment. You know, and no Leo, those are kings or queens, and you didn't fucking broke the law if you embarrassed them in any way, shape, and form. So for the most part, you do not embarrass them. But if you do break up with them, they don't see that as a disagreeing or just opposing in directions. They don't look at it like that. They look at it as you trying to embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, hold on, is this person trying to embarrass me? Because then they're going to start having conscious awareness of you being around others. And since y'all ended on bad terms, they know that that's going to be expressed to others in that kind of bad terms. And Leos don't like to be put in negative lights. You know what I'm saying? Leos don't like to be seen in ways that they can't control. So for the most part, they're going to get frustrated. So they're going to try to embarrass you to match the vulnerability that you have placed on them by making them feel vulnerable, making them feel insecure, by breaking up with them. And that makes a Leo feel like it's not good enough, or it didn't rule the jungle. It wasn't the queen or queen like it was supposed to be. It wasn't the royalty like it's supposed to be. How did this person feel like breaking up with me? What I'm not, what is this person seeing that I'm not seeing? When I look in the mirror, I'm the goddamn shit. Yeah, it's just, you know, just the little mind frames that Leos be going through. So for the most part, That's how you know a Leo is dealing with the breakup very badly. When every twist and turn, they try to embarrass you and make and match the vulnerability that you have gave them. Because even though you may be a Libra, so y'all got together based upon the sextile, but for the most part, they don't. A Libra break up with you. They're not looking at it like they're trying to play you or be vulnerable. They're looking at it like, oh, they may have met somebody else or it just didn't work out. Leos is not taking it in that way. Leos take it personal because you hurt their pride in some type of way. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Now, when we talk about now Virgos, this is how Virgos deal with breakups. Virgos deal with breakups in trying to make sense out of it. Trying to make sense out of the relationship, trying to make sense out of the circumstance or situation. That's how Virgos deals with breakups. So for the most part, say you just broke up with a Virgo, right? And then you got somebody maybe texting you, or you got somebody every time you're around, they're trying to make sense out of it. It's not necessarily emotional. It's kind of like criticizing and looking at the details of why y'all broke up in the first place and shit like that. So it's not even you not a lot of times you won't even feel the energy from a Virgo that a Virgo is actually dealing with the breakup in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? The way they word the words. But deep down inside they do. So this is how you know you broke up with a Virgo if you didn't know you was in a relationship with a Virgo. Because if you got a person constantly trying to make sense out of something, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sense out of something. Make sense out of your actions. You know what I'm saying? Your actions, you might just like to fuck. And whoever you just met might just like to fuck too. And it might not take things as serious as you. So you might be an air sign or a water sign, you know what I'm saying? Or a fire sign and things of that nature. And not so much of the water when it comes to earth, but it could play out in that nature also. And then you'll leave the Virgo sitting back like, hold on, you know what I'm saying, trying to make sense out of your actions. And then if the only sense you can make out of it is you like to fuck, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna never make sense. So you really gonna hurt the Virgo pride, because a Virgo is gonna start to become nasty criticism. It's gonna start to become nagging. Is going to start to become like, dang, this person is constantly trying to make sense out of why y'all broke up, and you might be trying to get away from that. So you're trying to detach communication with them and things like that. That's how you know, that's how Virgos deals with breakups when they're not fully over it. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly trying to make sense out of it. They even call their friends if they can't call you, and call their friends and try to make sense out of it, and ask their friends like, what you think? Was it something I did, or what you think? Is this person or you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Now, when we talk about Libras, this is how Libras deals with breakups. They deal with breakups in this way, trying to see things from your side. So even if your side is complete bullshit, like I just made for the Virgo, you might be just a person who just like to fuck. Even though your meanings and reasons might be bullshit, a Libra will come to grips with that. And they'll be like, okay, this person is just the kind of person that likes to do things that I may not necessarily like to do. You know what I'm saying? And even though I may like this person and I may want to relate to this person, because Libras is relatable, so they like to see things from other people's perspective, no matter how far down the end it may be. Libras, like, they deal with the intellect. It's air. So a lot of times mentally they like to think, where is this person actually going in their mental mind to actually want to do what they're actually doing? Let me at least see, even if I don't agree with it, right? But a Libra is just not going to agree with any goddamn thing, because deep down inside they jump into their opposite energies. But for the most part, a Libra try to see things from your side, so they more like agree to disagree type of situation. And even though they may be hurt, and may not, and get into their mind and think and talk to themselves for a long time, like, well, man, what the fuck was there something wrong with me or whatever like that? They're not gonna put that all on you as another sign, because they don't really like what they call that, confrontation. So they're not really going to really want to express every single mechanism, because sometimes a Libra already know what went wrong, and it might be something that might hurt them even more if they hear it out your mouth. So a lot of times a Libra is intellect like that, and they'll leave it there and come up with a sarcastic type of way of explaining that deep depth, just for that deep depthness don't have to be expressed in a way it could be shown and attack the feelings. So when we talk about air and earth signs, they don't like things to attack the feelings and the emotions. And when we talk about water and fire signs, they don't like things to attack the mind all the fucking times. Like, nigga, is this motherfucking playing mind games? No, this nigga playing with my emotions. That's fire and water. But see, on the air and earth signs, they don't like shit to attack their feelings first. They're like, man, why this motherfucker so emotional? Why this motherfucker throwing so far in their feelings? Why they throwing all these emotions at me? And then the air and earth start to think. You see what I'm saying? All right, now, but that's how Libras deal with breakups. Now, when we talk about Scorpios deal with breakups like this. They start bringing everything that was in the dark to the light. So if you don't know you with a Scorpio and say you break up with this person, right? And then all of a sudden, all these secrets start getting revealed. Like, all this shit you ain't know before, you know now. Like, all this shit that was in the dark is brought to the light now. Even if they was cheating, you know what I'm saying? That's brought to the light. Even if you might have never known this person even cared about you like that. Now, this person just now revealing how much they actually care about you. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you just broke up with a goddamn Scorpio. Everything that was in the dark start coming to the goddamn light. If they not over you. You know what I'm saying? But we finna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But for the most part, we talking about if you just got broke up with and you in that first initial stage, like, fuck, how they break up with me first or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not over the person. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Scorpios deal with it. They deal with it in the nature of bringing the dark to the light, because they feel like this is a sense of giving away their power, because their secrets or their internal realm or what they hold dear to them, that if they was to choose to express it to another person, it would make them feel vulnerable. And if that person was to take that piece of information and express it to someone else, that Scorpio will feel lost forever. See, Scorpios hold on to that. So when they start expressing secrets or shit that was in the dark to the light to you and shit like that, they feel like that's a good thing. They feel like that's what they're doing the right thing. It's really fucked up. See, that's the little issues that Venus got with fucking Scorpio. Even Virgos and Aries, because Venus don't fuck with y'all. Me, what I'm talking about, me either. I'm Aries. Virgo don't fuck with us. I mean, Venus don't fuck with us. Venus do not fuck with no goddamn Aries, Virgo, or no goddamn Scorpio. And it don't fuck with the first house, the fucking 6th house, or the goddamn 8th house. Remember that. So if you got Venus in those placements in your chart, don't think it's in your favor. Alright, now we gonna get to Capricorn. No, Sagittarius. Now this is how you know a Sagittarius, this is how Sagittarius deal with breakups, right? A Sagittarius deal with a breakup like this. They don't handle it. Matter of fact, they'll psych themselves up and be like, was that a relationship? To them, it was just an experience. So they'd sit back and be like, was that a relationship? So Sagittarius they don't handle it. Sagittarius don't handle breakups. They may jump in another one, or they may be in a situation where they might have been in a relationship for a long time, but once they have been broke up with, or they broke up with somebody, they don't even look at that like that was a relationship. It was just an experience. Like, they psych their minds up. You know what I'm saying? To the point that they could have had 100 relationships and really claim, like, I ain't never been in no relationship. I was always a bachelor or something like that. No, you was in a relationship. Don't try to detach from that feeling. Yeah, your ass care. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit ass lie. But for the most part, yeah, that's how Sagittarius deal with breakups. They don't deal with it. So their way of dealing with it is not dealing with it and actually psyching their mind up to actually think to themselves that wasn't even no relationship in the first place. It was just an experience at the time. And then they might even thank the person for that experience. Y'all motherfuckers is weird like Aquariuses. Alright, now check this out. Now we get into Capricorn. This is how you know motherfucking Capricorn. This is how they deal with breakups, right? Now, Capricorn, they would try to get understanding. So they're going to try to understand something. So if you get those late night texts, it might not even be late night. It might be bright morning texts, like get ready up before you go to work type text. The good morning texts, like before you go to work, because they think you care about that kind of shit. Not knowing you finna get took to work by somebody else. Don't do no Capricorns like that, please. But for the most part, yeah, this is how the Capricorn would deal with the breakup. It'll actually try to put you in the circumstance of the situation where it's trying to understand what went wrong. So it's not really emotional and feeling like the earth signs is not emotional. So Capricorn kind of just lay out, like they kind of just ask you, okay, now where we went wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if you could make sense where y'all went wrong, they would leave it as that. It's not even really an emotional type of thing. So if they're still clinging to you, I need you to understand it's not from an emotional standpoint though. You know, it's from a mental standpoint. So for the most part, they try to get understanding. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So if you got somebody keep asking you questions, you almost might think they're goddamn Aquarius or Libra or Gemini for a second. You be like, God damn, they asking a lot of questions. But if the questions is constructed in a way of trying to make sense out of something, right? You know you broke up with a Capricorn. Like if this person asks you, how you gonna get to work now? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Ask you shit like that. Or ask you shit like, oh yeah, when your bill was due. And shit like that. You probably like, what the fuck this person asking me? Like, I got this, you know what I'm saying? But that, if you got those kind of texts 9 times out of 10, that's how the Capricorn is dealing with the breakup. And you know that you might have just cut it off with the Capricorn a little too early, and they might still be obsessive over you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You might wake up in the morning and got some new rims on your motherfucking Monte Carlo, and you be like, God damn, where the fuck this come from? What the heck is some fucking rims and shit like that? And then you get a call later and shit, it's this motherfucker. You thinking it's the motherfucker you with now. Nah, it's this motherfucker. It's the motherfucker you just broke up with and shit. You know what I'm saying? Alright, now, Aquariuses. This is how Aquariuses deal with breakups. Now, Aquariuses deal with breakups like this. They would try to figure out secretly or passively. So it's kind of like Capricorn because they rule by the same sign, but at the same time, the Uranus energy is added to it. So it's a little bit more unique in a way. You know what I'm saying? So it's more like this. They're trying to figure you out secretly or passively. So these are the people who may stalk your Facebook or, you know what I'm saying, text you certain questions that ain't got nothing to do with the relationship, but like what you doing right now, just to see what kind of answer you give back. And depending on what kind of answer you give back, that would allow the Aquarius to decipher if you're actually with somebody at the moment. And they weird with it too. You will get it. And this is, if you don't know you broke up with an Aquarius, pay attention, right? Say you get a text. The text may not have nothing to do with where you at and who you with. The text might say something like, it might be a whole separate question, but the only way you can answer that question is actually saying where you at or who you with at the moment. Like, they smart. Like, so it's like, they got their answer without you knowing that's the question that they was asking you. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. But that's how, if you get those type of texts like that, you might just slip up and say something and give them information that you wasn't sure you should have gave. So that's how you know you broke up with a goddamn Aquarius, right? They'll say something slick. They'd be like, yo, at 4 o'clock, I seen you on the porch on this street. Was that you? Now, in Aquarius mind, they know goddamn well they ain't see you. But you don't know that. But in your mind, you thinking in your head like, huh? This person know I broke up with them, so they know I'm probably here, so I'm here. Then before you know it, you didn't text back who you with and where you was at, not knowing that that's actually what they wanted to know. You see what I'm saying? But that's how you know. That's how Aquariuses deal with motherfucking breakups. Now, Pisces. This how a Pisces deal with a motherfucking breakup, right? Now, a Pisces deal with a breakup like this. You never even really broke up with them. It was all an illusion. The day y'all broke up, that was an illusion. Y'all motherfuckers is still together. They don't give a fuck how many people you done brought in front of them. You done sent them pictures of you doing shit with other motherfuckers. Pisces don't get, like, in some way, shape, or form, they're still connected, which, especially if y'all shared a lot of time, especially like years, 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I'm saying? That's connection right there. So the Pisces, the logical what's in front of the situation may occur, but Pisces might still be lost in the energy that was and been and passed on. So even if they see you and your car broke down, right, and you probably with the person you was cheating or broke up with the Pisces with, say y'all on the road and both of y'all car broke down, the Pisces might come back and still help you, like, you know what I'm saying? They might pull over and still help you in some kind of way, help both of y'all, like, but in the Pisces mind, y'all still kind of like in an esoteric relationship. Y'all gotta get out those goddamn illusions and shit, but for the most part, yeah, y'all ain't break up shit. And someday y'all might get back together. That's how the Pisces thinking. Just someday. So that's how the Pisces deal with the breakup. So y'all gotta cut that Neptune a little bit sometimes and let Jupiter run this motherfucking course. But I gotta do this separate because I didn't even mean for this to be long. So now I'm gonna do how you know a motherfucking sign is goddamn over you after this one. Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.